Absolutely, like 94th minute winner. Just how on earth did that feel?
It feels amazing, you know. we have a perfect game plan today. I think we play brilliantly. I think all the team worked so hard, and I think we deserve the win. You know, we create so many chances, and obviously the goal at the end, last minute. I believe I'm gonna score today. On the ball arrive at the right time. Dwight make a perfect ball. Ghana make a perfect run, and the finish was top as well.
There's going to be a lot of people questioning that celebration as well. Can you tell me about it?
I mean, I do a couple of celebrations, you know, so I think, you know, maybe people will know, but at the moment, you know, maybe I'm, you know, it's going to be my last month at the club. To be honest, I love this club, and yeah, you know, I try to play well, and I try to deserve what I want.
Perfect. And did it come from a no room for racism class?
Oh, yeah. You're talking about that. So, yeah, obviously, like, you know, I meet some kid before this week, and they asked me to do a celebration if I score, and I do it for them.
You would have made a child very happy this week in a classroom.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you know, sometimes you had a feeling. I think I had a feeling today I'm going to score, and it was a top week for us.
Let's go back quickly to that first half. A lot of possession, but it was a very cagey game, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I think we dominate them from the first minute. We won a lot of challenge. We controlled the ball. We created chances. I think we needed to score some goals, and obviously it came very late. But obviously I think everyone's going to take that today.
What was the chat in the dressing room at half time?
Manager very happy with the performance, and he knows we need to be more clinical in front, and we knew we have to score here to win the game, and I think today was a perfect finish at the end.
And it feels as though it was a really well-deserved victory in the end, because Everton really had the upper hand for most of it, Sean.
Yeah, they did. From like Doucoure said, from minute go, they were just at it. They were in with the tackles, being hard, putting Forest on the back foot, and kept them there in many ways, and kept creating half chances and chances they thought they could have done better with, but didn't just happen. And they just kept pushing. And the amazing thing is that even in that 94th minute, the running power between all of them was phenomenal. You could see how much more they wanted that 3 points.
Is there any better feeling for a striker to score a goal in the 94th minute, Glenn?
There's no other better feeling for any player on the pitch, Seema. It's the best feeling to it. His away fans were right there in front of him as well, and I think we can tell how excited he was by, I think he got 3 celebrations within 30 seconds, didn't he? But yeah, no, they're the moments you live for, and they're the moments that Everton worked so hard for. They were brilliant all afternoon, and I think they matched and surpassed Nottingham Forest for desire, and we haven't seen that very often this season.
Yeah, and actually that was his 7th goal, and what a time to score it, Sean.
It's the perfect time to score it. I think they needed it. It's given them a lot more breathing space down there. And the mistake, look, here it is, the press right now, like in 94th minute going, they're all pushing, and Murillo, the guy you don't think that would make a mistake for him, does. And O'Neill picks up, and the pass in was inch perfect. Moreno couldn't sort his feet out, but the finish was so cute and clever in going to that near post, Glenn.
Yeah, I mean, just the intensity of the press here. 94th minute this is, and you've worked your socks off all game. They're still pushing, still hurrying, and then this pass here, Moreno doesn't quite sort his feet out, and then obviously, when this ball arrives, you expect him to put it across the goalkeeper. That is the thing that you're taught, but he's really cute. He puts in that near post. And like I say, wheels away to the fans right in front of him, and the whole team and Everton, David Moyes, they thoroughly deserved that goal at the end of the game.
They really did, and after a string of so many draws and that defeat, back to winning ways and a really good time to win. As for Nottingham Forest, what's going on? They're a shadow of the team that we're used to seeing this season, and it's not a good time for them to be dropping form with the other teams around them picking up points. Yeah, it's definitely not a good time for them to be dropping points. But like you said, today's performance seemed like a team that is quite tired in many ways, because they haven't got as deep a squad as everybody else, and it can come at a cost sometimes, and maybe that might be the thing. But I think where they are now, the adrenaline should be able to take them through. And I think without Aina in that back four, it kind of changes the way they defend a little bit. So they are missing a little bit of something back there as well. Yeah, they've been criticised at times for the defensive display, even though for most of the season they've been brilliant. But do you think that maybe they peaked a bit too soon? Do you just think it's just a step too far for this last run?
No, I don't think so. I think that would be too critical of one afternoon. Obviously, they've been on a not a great run, no. But there'll be a sit-down meeting this week at Nottingham Forest, and they'll look each other in the eye, and they'll have a bit of a crisis meeting and discover how they can get back on track. And you know what? It's one final push and they're in the Champions League. So, I mean, the incentive is there, and I'm sure the desire will be there as well.
Yeah, and they've been in that top 3 for most of the season, which is an incredible feat in itself. But the good news is they have Chris Wood back from injury. They have most of their players back from injury. So it shouldn't be too much for them to go until the end, should it?
It shouldn't be, but now they've got a lot of teams on their coattails, and that can change in terms of you going into games playing with a gap to now you going into games knowing and worrying that if you lose this, you could drop to possibly 4th or 5th position. So it will change a lot in terms of that. But I think from seeing what they've done and what they've done all season, I think they're capable of going again.
I think as far as Nottingham Forest are concerned, they've been on the underdogs in that position all season. Now they're starting to become a little bit of an expectation. And like you say, the pressure's on. People are closing that gap now. OK,
let's focus in on our feature game, Forest against Everton, and head straight back to the ground and hear from Nuno Espirito Santo.
Nuno, it's always cruel, isn't it, to lose a game so late on. But can you have any arguments with the result today?
No, the performance was not good. Like you said, last minute of the game, from our offensive corner, we can sit so disappointed. But in terms of the game, we were not comfortable in the pitch. Everton was dominant. They created much problems to us.
What can you put that down to, Nuno? I know it's difficult so soon after the full-time whistle, but why was it not clicking, do you think, particularly in that final third?
We were missing passes, controls, didn't create much. It was all about half chances. In terms of what is the game, the way Everton did it created problems to us. They won second balls, they were able to attack too many corners, we concede. So it was a tough one.
Did the nerves sort of come from the crowd onto the pitch? Because it seemed a little bit subdued. It's been incredible here, the atmosphere, and you're having a sensational season. But you're on the cusp of achieving something, and the players starting to appreciate that.
Yeah, everybody felt that we were not comfortable. The fans, they've been fantastic for us, and today they felt it that the boys were not able to do the things that usually do and become silent. But the fans, it's not about the fans. The fans are always behind us. It's about us achieving what we want to achieve till the end of the season. It's in our hands, so we have to regroup and bounce back.
And that's the main point, right?
Yeah.
The positive note, 6 games to go in your hands.
That's the only thing that we have to do better.
Yeah, Nuno, thank you.
Thank you, Will. Nice to see you.
David, you've been involved in football a long time, but I imagine 94-minute winners never get boring.
No, they don't. I've got to say it was a great goal, but obviously thoroughly deserved. A performance today certainly merited a win. I wouldn't say that very often at times, but I thought we played very well today. Yeah,
you felt like you were the more dangerous team well before the goal.
I did, and when you think that you're coming to a team who's sitting third in the Premier League and semi-final FA Cup, I thought we'd done a lot of good things, and we deserved. I think if anybody was ever going to get a goal, it was going to be us.
No, it's always cruel, isn't it, to lose a game so late on, but can you have any arguments with the result today?
No, the performance was not good. Like you said, last minute of the game, from our offensive corner, we can sit so disappointed. But in terms of the game, we were not comfortable in the pitch. Everton was dominant. They created much problems to us.
Yeah, dramatic ending to that game then at the City Ground. It's only the 3rd win for Everton in 68 against a side that started the day in the top 3. David Moyes, I mean, he's been a brilliant appointment for the second time, isn't he?
Absolutely brilliant. You know, we were obviously worried, and I think he's even spoke on record. He was a bit hesitant going there because he had such a great history the first time, and he was worried that it would be tainted if they got relegated. There's no ifs and buts about it. He's gone in, he's done an absolute magnificent job, and they're looking forward, new stadium to go into. It's a good time for them.
You're obviously formerly of Goodison Park in your playing days.
Yeah.
Well, could you see this coming?
Well, David Moyes, whatever, you know, I just feel now he's at his best as a manager. He's just someone, as he gets older, he's ever progressing. He wins the European Cup trophy, didn't he, play at West Ham? Yeah. You know, so now he sees himself really confidently. I like the way he encourages young coaches to work alongside him. And today, I just thought they handled the game really well. They put that fire out of Forest. They controlled midfield. McNeil coming off the bench, he's been without. He's handled lots of injuries. Njai, I think he's been transformed under David Moyes, the way he's been asked to defend in midfield and to attack. So, no, really, really good performance from Everton, and I think Doucoure deserves that winner right at the end.
It wasn't that long ago that Doucoure scored the goal that kept Everton up in the Premier League, but he comes up with another big goal.
It does, but to be fair, Martin mentions McNeil there. I mean, Morello won't want to watch this over again, certainly on our show. So, but look, it's a great pass, weighted pass, gets a little bit of luck, but then sorts his feet out really well, because it does take a few bubbles on the way, on the pass, and you'll see it. He's just nice and composed, and obviously, as you mentioned, he's in good form. You see it's bubbling there, it's difficult, and then it lies flat, and then it's, look, good finish. And they nick it in the 94th minute, and
everything going right for David Moyes. To make that change, Harrison is much more about crossing the ball, finds the pass. Doucoure makes so many runs into the final third and was able to celebrate with the Everton faithful.
Yeah, I've never seen that celebration before. He's out of contract in the summer, and he's obviously mimicking all that, thinking what's happening. But obviously, by doing that, it shows that maybe I think he is extending his stay.
I think he wants to stay.
Yeah.
I think he won't be earning as much money as he is right now. But I think they set out a message to him, if you lower your sights, when we'll sign you.
Yeah. For Forest, it's back-to-back defeats after losing to Villa last time round. So where does this leave them and their Champions League hopes? If you have a look at all those who are involved and desperately wanting to finish in the top 5. So you've got Forest in third, 57 points. Now City are behind them just by 2. Then you've got Villa, 3 points behind. Newcastle, let's not forget, I've got a couple of games in hand on the likes of Forest and Manchester City. It could be heartbreaking, couldn't it, for Forest if they were to miss out on Champions League football, having had such an amazing campaign?
They could do with the season ending now, but of course it isn't. They just need to hold their nerve. But when you lose 2 games back-to-back, you're looking over your shoulder. Yeah. And even Man City, it's not easy for Newcastle now with 2 games in hand, can actually go above Forest in third. So there's a little bit of pressure now just starting to crank up. It's a massive race to get to the Champions League.
I worry for Villa and Chelsea there. Villa purely because they've got Newcastle and City who are in that same hunt, and obviously sandwiched in between Champions League. And for Chelsea, I've watched them the last couple of games, they're not exactly flowing. Yeah. So they're probably the 2 I worry about as well.
Could go right down to the wire.